All right, we're at the home of Jim Carroll. It's out in Cibolo here. Just beautiful piece of property. Just bought the house fairly recently. Um, so a little bit different scope of work here. Basically, the brick is pretty much falling off the side of the house. So he's going to have that removed for the sake of what we're doing here, with the exception of one little addition area in the back. The siding will be going up everywhere where there is brick. So he wants the sheet, 4x8. We're probably going to look at, he had mentioned board and batten, but the cedar that's staying on the gable ends is already kind of a grooved, like I said, a grooved cedar. So doing a board and batten, it might be a little busy, so we might look at it like a select Sierra, something like that. So either way, it's going to be a vertical sheet siding that will go up wherever the brick is. He wants to do full fascia overlay, which we'll have to use some Z-flash to get up under the integrated drip edge of the roof. So we'll put some metal drip in there and then put the fascia overlay over that. Soffit's in pretty rough shape, especially on these two little rake walls here, and then the opposite side of the porch, you can see it's just falling down. So wherever we can nail that up, we'll nail that up, and then attach the Hardie soffit, nail that to the roof joists, and that'll give that all the support that it needs there. So that's what we're looking at, is a full Hardie fascia and soffit, and then under this porch area, this would all be Hardie plank as well, porch ceiling. These columns, there's two circular columns, those will go. He wants to put some cedar posts there, so like an 8x8 cedar post. All the windows would have Hardie 1x4 around them. We did not include new shutters, so that's not part of the situation here, the project. But we would wrap all the windows in Hardie 1x4. The door trim too has a kind of 1x2, so we could wrap that in Hardie 1x2 as well. He wants to get rid of all the scrolly stuff up here, so that would all be cut back to flush with the porch beam underneath it. Kind of see there. So that's really easy to get rid of, and then that'll look like a nice beam instead of the scrolly kind of deal. Obviously these shutters can't be reused. They need to go, and we could always price new shutters into the job, but as of right now, that's not included. Over here, we're just painting this. I'm going to recommend that he gets a gable vent, or we include a gable vent, because this one's hammered. Hopefully I get this video in before the storm comes. But all this, again, will just be painted up here, and then all this brick down here to that addition area would be siding. And again, windows would all be retrimmed in Hardie 1x4. You can see, there's multiple. The brick is just literally falling off the house. You can move it. It's pretty scary, sketchy stuff here. So again, the fascia's just been pieced in. It really does need it. The soffit's not really any much better. So here, all we would be doing is trimming these windows in Hardie 1x4, but this brick is staying. So from this seam right here, this addition, that brick is actually staying on the home. Back here again, any of this cedar up top here, this gable, and the windows, all of that's getting painted. The windows would be getting Hardie 1x4 around them like we talked about, and then this brick would be staying. We can retrim this door in Hardie 1x4 because you can see the trim is pretty worn. So we would paint the door and trim the door in Hardie 1x4, as well as all these windows. Again, we have fascia and soffit up top, all the way around there. Coming under here, again, we have more porch ceiling right here that would become Hardie. This brick would stay. These windows would be retrimmed in Hardie 1x4. This would be painted up top. All this cedar along the back wall would all be painted. So that would be painted, and then we would wrap all these windows with Hardie 1x4. The entire porch ceiling under here, that's all going to be painted, and this would be painted as well. We wouldn't be doing soffit here. We would, however, do fascia overlay all the way on the porch surround. These 4 columns, they're just 6x6s. These would be painted as well. So painting all the cedar, retrimming the door and all the windows, including these, all the way across, would all be trimmed in Hardie 1x4. And then, of course, underneath here, this would all be painted accordingly. So that's pretty much what we got for the scope of work. I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, because of this, even on the porch ceiling here, the drip is, the drip edge is right on the fascia, so we're gonna have to use a Z-flash so we can tuck that fascia overlay up in there. And that is pretty much the scope of work. Again, he's probably not looking to do this project till later in the fall, but that's what our scope of work is. And again, all the brick will be removed by Jim. That's about it. Thanks so much, Jim, for having me out, and we look forward to working with you on the project.